Your 6KW inverter is installed, but still confused by the complex screen, communication settings, TOU scheduling, output mode setting? No worries, in this video we'll walk you through the key pages and functions you need to know. By the end you'll know how to check the system status, adjust the key settings and find the right information if something goes wrong. We'll focus on 4 areas: home screen, settings, data and device info. Before you start, make sure the inverter, battery and the rest of the system are properly connected and powered on. When the inverter starts up, this is the home screen. It gives you a quick overview of how the whole system is running. Here you can check the PV power, grid state, load power and current, battery voltage and state of charge. The top icons also show BMS, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and fault status. Next, open settings. You'll see 4 main sections: communication setting, time segment, battery settings and system settings. Communication settings is where you manage Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and other communication settings. For most users, the main thing to know here are wireless connections and battery BMS communication. If your battery supports BMS communications, connect the communication cable to the CAN or RS4852 port. Then go to system settings and select the BMS protocol that matches your battery. Once communication is established, the battery communication icon will show the active status and battery data such as SOC will be available. If communication fails, check the cable, port and protocol first. Next is time segment, also known as TOU settings. This lets you schedule when the battery charges and discharges automatically. To set up charging schedule, first turn on AC charge, then choose the days you want the schedule to run and set the start and end times. If you need more than one charging period, you can add additional time slots. Setting up this charge schedule works the same way. Choose the days, set the start and end times, and the inverter will follow the schedule automatically. If your utility uses time of use rates, you can schedule charging during off-peak hours and use the battery during peak hours to reduce how much grid power you use when electricity is more expensive. Next, open battery settings. Battery settings lets you adjust the battery type, system voltage, nominal battery capacity, SOC switching thresholds, mains and inverter switching voltages, maximum charge current, stop charge settings and discharge cutoff SOC. It also includes protection settings such as overvoltage and recovery voltage. If you're not sure what values to use, keep the defaults or follow your battery manufacturer's specifications. Now let's move to system settings. The main things to look at here are the output mode and charging mode. First, make sure the output voltage and frequency match your loads and local electrical system. AC output mode controls which power source is used for the load first. There are 3 options: mains priority, inverter priority and PV priority. Choose mains priority if you mainly want to keep the battery as backup power. Choose inverter priority if you want to rely more on solar and battery power. And choose PV priority if you want to use solar first while keeping more energy stored in the battery. Battery charge mode controls how the battery gets charged. Hybrid uses solar first and brings in grid power when needed. Mains priority uses the grid first. PV priority uses solar first. And PV only charges the battery from solar only. Once your main settings are done, you can use the data page to take a closer look at how the system is running. There are 5 sections: real-time data, statistical data, historical data, event record and control. Real-time data shows what the system is doing right now, including voltage, current, power and temperature. Statistical data shows accumulated operating and energy data, while historical data lets you look back at previous PV, battery and load data. If something goes wrong, event record is a good place to start. It keeps a record of system faults and related operating data. The control page includes functions like time settings, clearing records, restarting the system and restoring factory settings, so use these options carefully. Finally, let's take a look at device info. This is where you can find basic information about the inverter and its software. Here you can see the device SN, hardware version, software version and UI version. And you can also change the display language. If you need to check for updates, connect to the Wi-Fi first and make sure the inverter is in the required update state. So a quick recap. Use the home screen to check the system status, settings to make your main adjustments, data to view operating and fault information, and device info to check device and software information. By now, you should be able to navigate the main pages of your EcoVerdi 6KW inverter and handle the basic settings on your own. If there's still a setting you're not sure about, let us know in the comments. In the next video, we'll show you how to use the EcoVerdi 6KW inverter app and how to perform an OTA update. If you found this tutorial helpful, give it a like and follow EcoVerdi.